A guide to pole dancing heels. You might be wondering, what kind of shoes can you pole dance in? And first of all, it will depend on the style of pole you're doing, but if you are talking about the sexy side of pole, then you will want to be wearing pole specific heels. These are pole heels that have been designed specifically to dance in, and they originated from the club workers who had to be on their feet for absolutely hours, and they developed this very distinctive aesthetic which is well known and very popular today. You can get your pole shoes in hundreds of styles, but they all share some common features. So here is a boot. You will notice that all pole shoes have a platform which tends to be one piece connected in with the heel. Now you can get them as boots or as sandals, and the heel heights vary between the different styles and the different shoes. Typically, if you are learning pole dancing, you will wear shoes between 6 and 8 inches high. The height of the heel will impact the height of the platform. So the higher the heel, the larger the platform, because your foot doesn't want to be at too dramatic an angle, because it's more comfortable to wear and you're not going to be as much on your toe. So this is why you wouldn't necessarily wear street heels to pole dancing. Often the platform, this bit to the heel ratio can be a little bit more dramatic, so a little bit more difficult to balance in, and you won't have some of the specific features of the platform which are often utilized in pole dancing. So what we often use is this part of the shoe, so the lip that comes up here, or we call it the rocker here at Feelin Peachy because of the front of a surfboard. You will often use the edges of your shoes and the front of your platform to slide on, and so on. And you will often find that you get a little bit of wear and tear on your shoe at the back here where it slides on the floor. Heels come in different styles. So this is a round tip shoe, which for some people they find that a little less supportive when they first start pole dancing, because it's a slightly smaller surface area. You'll notice on this heel, it's a D-shaped heel, which means that it's slightly wider, and some people find that a little bit more supportive. So when you're looking at shoes, you can see the shape of the heel. So that one's a round shape, and then this has a flat inner edge, and often that can indicate the shape of the heel tip. There's also different styles which will vary on the width of the platform, and the depth of the rocker will depend on the heel height. So on the 6 and 7 inches, this heel rocker will be a little bit shallower, which means that when you try to go up onto your point for certain heels techniques, it will feel a little less dramatic, so you won't be able to point through the ankle as much. But they will also, on the lower heights, sometimes have slightly wider platforms, or they might feel a little bit more secure. The platform width can vary in terms of the style of the shoe as well. For example, this is a flamingo platform sandal. This is a flamingo platform boot, I think. But either way, they do have different widths in terms of the shoe platform. So this one's a little bit narrower than the boot, which for some people, they might find that a little less secure when they're first dancing. If you are new to training heels, I would always recommend a boot to start off with, because the lacing will give you some extra security around your ankle. Often in the sandals, sometimes people are a little bit wobbly in the ankle area because they haven't built up the stability yet. As you get more secure and more confident in your heels, you can transition into a sandal, or you can transition into slightly higher heels. I'd usually recommend you start with a 7-inch heel before progressing to an 8-inch heel, because it will just build up your confidence and you'll feel more secure dancing in them. The shoes that I've shown you today are all from the Pleaser brand, so some of the details I've shared might differ a little bit if there are other brands that you're interested in. A lot of my students wear Hella Heels, which is a very popular pole shoe brand, but some of the heel height things might be a little bit different between the two. And there's also other brands such as Level Up Heels, which have started appearing in the last few years. The most important thing is that you feel confident and secure. So your first pair of heels, it is very tempting to go for something quite flashy and quite pretty, but you might not find it as stable, secure or confident to dance in. If you are going for a sandal, I would recommend starting with a plastic shoe top because they are a little bit more secure on the foot than the PVC ones, which can feel a little loose on people's foot and ankle. So start with a clear plastic. It can cut into the foot a little bit, so wear them with socks to stretch them out. Heat them up with hair dryers to get them nice and pliable around your foot, and you can even use a nail file or something similar to try and soften the edges of your plastic. That is our quick guide to pole dancing heels. If you are interested in dancing in heels with us, you can check out our sexy pole classes, which we run weekly, a couple of times a week, which are open to anybody who has a beginner level course or equivalent experience under their belt. If you're not sure if the class is right for you or if you have the relevant experience, pop us a message and we will be happy to answer your questions.